What's going on, guys? And head of WWE Money in the Bank coming up this Saturday in Vegas on Peacock. We're talking one of the combatants in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Graham Jason Matthews here now, joined by SmackDown superstar Lacey Evans. Lacey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Going to a match like this. This is going to be your first women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Talk about that, how you're preparing, and kind of how it compares to pretty much anything else you've done in your WWE career up to this point.
Well, I've been in Money in the Bank 2 years ago when we did it for during the pandemic. There was no fans. We had to climb to literally the top of our headquarters in Connecticut. It was wild. It was on the rooftop. We had the briefcase, above the ladder at the very top. So it'll be a lot different this year. WWE did the best they could with what they were given. We put on an incredible show, but like I said, it's going to be different this Saturday. There's a different group of girls for sure. I don't know what the outcome is going to be other than after Ronda Rousey, but I'm my head's in the game. I just came back from having a baby. I've got two little girls, that are watching me. So yeah, my motivation level is like the highest it's ever been.
Yeah, I mean, I guess first formal Money in the Bank ladder match, I should mention, that one from 2 years ago was very entertaining in its own right, despite being dramatically different than what we're going to be seeing coming up this weekend with, like you said, a very different group of girls in this match coming up on Saturday. Anyone you're specifically looking up to mix it up with for the first time in this matchup, whether it be from SmackDown or from Raw or whoever else might be in the match that you're looking forward to mixing it up with?
It's hard to say like who I want to mix it up because I don't want to mix it up with nobody. You know what I'm saying? If it were up to me, as soon as the bell rang, I would shoot. I would just try to jump, and I don't want to mix it up with what I want to mix it up with is that briefcase at the top, and then I want to mix it up with Ronda Rousey. But I mean, I'm excited to be in the ring with new girls. Before I left, it was Charlotte. It was Bailey, it was Sasha, it was Naomi, it was different. So yeah, Raquel Gonzalez, I'll throw that name out there. I think that she's working really hard. Just her physique alone from coming from NXT to the main roster shows you what a workhorse she is. Liv Morgan, she's so fiery and feisty, and we've got a lot of hardworking women in there, which I love. So I think we all have a good chance, and I think we're gonna all give it our best.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, especially when at the time that you took time off last year, like you said, you got pregnant at that point. We haven't seen you for the last year in WWE, having a child, coming back, which is very impressive. Congrats on that, by the way. And with that being said, I mean, the last time we saw you in WWE before recently, obviously, there were no fans at that point. I feel like we've kind of gotten these questions out of the way to other superstars asking what it's like to be back, being back in front of a crowd, because you've had fans back on the road now for a year, but you've only been back for the last 2 months with fans. Obviously, having fans before you took off, 2020, 2019 was when you were brought up to the main roster and you had fans at that point. What's it like being back in front of fans and having that atmosphere to really feed off of again?
It's incredible, especially being able to use my real life story of like the hell I've been through. I mean, I love it. It's a different game changer, and it's different. I've only been able to do 2 live events, which has been wild to me. I've been cleared and ready to rock and roll since 6 weeks postpartum. But within WWE as a professional sports entertainer, it's like, you got to wait. You got to wait till your ticket's called. And when mine was called, I was more ready than ever. My girls come with me. They get to see what their mom does. They cheer me on from the side. And the fans, I think obviously the fans make what we do. But it's different with me getting able to take those hats and those high heels off, come in like I am, like Lacey Evans, and tell the world that it doesn't matter what you've been through. You keep your head up and you keep going. You beat the cycle and you freaking push through. Don't let what you've been through in life or who raised you or where you come from dictate who the hell you're going to become. And I get to tell the world that, which is my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going off that, we got to see your story over the course of 5 weeks on SmackDown. I mean, that had to have been a tough thing for you to kind of bring out to the world, or was it not so tough? Was it an easy thing for you to kind of, after 3 years of seeing the same Lacey Evans on WWE TV, we got to see a different side to you? And how tough or how easy was that for you to kind of show that to the world and share that story?
I mean, it was hard. And I say it was hard because, the people nowadays, it's 2022. You've got a bunch of these judgmental assholes.
Mhm.
I booped my own self out. That and I said at the beginning, I knew there was going to be a lot of people, to include my fellow superstars, that are the boo-hoo, cry me a river. We all have life, hard lives. We've all been through, well, tough. Okay, I get it. But guess what? I'm telling my story. If you don't want to, cry about yours and get yours off your chest in order to help other human beings, that's your business. But so I knew that was going to come. I knew that I was going to get, the chatter and the talk and people on social media saying, enough with the crying, wrestle already, whatever, but I took it personal to be able to be that vulnerable. And I knew I was going to hate it. I knew it was going to suck. I knew if the world knew how many messages and responses privately, I mean, you see the ones that were, public on social media, you have no idea what I mean, where I'm reading these messages, thousands, and in tears, because how incredible it is that being famous, being a public figure, can help so many people that are out there looking at these beautiful faces and these nice bodies and these big smiles, and they're just like, I wish. Well, guess what? We have demons and heartaches and heartbreaks, and a lot of us come from hard lives. A story that that life sucks. It sucks. I don't care if you're where you're at right now, it's going to suck again, but we have to keep pushing, and we can't hide the mental health and the heartbreak and ignore it. We can't mask it and band-aid over it with drugs and alcohol and addiction. We have to face it, and we have to fix it. And if you do come from a life like that, you have to fight it and beat that cycle, because that's what I'm doing every day for my girls, And so yeah, boo-hoo, cry me. I'll continue to cry a river and tell my story every damn day.
It's interesting too, because I was at the
one person out there who realizes it.
Yeah, no, sorry. The service cut out there for a second, but no. I'm glad you brought that up too. And especially your daughter as well, because I was at a SmackDown, I think in Brooklyn, maybe about 2.5 years ago, I think it was. Your husband was in the front row. Your daughter was in the front row. We saw you interact with them at that point. She's even older now. So what are her thoughts seeing you back on TV after giving birth, especially? I mean, this is her first time seeing that. I mean, obviously you were already a mother coming to WWE initially. So kind of her thoughts and seeing you back on TV and her journey throughout this whole thing.
I mean, it's been incredible. We had our daughter at the house, and my 9-year-old assisted. So it was really cool for her to see life come into the world and just see her mother be such a mom and take responsibility, and my baby's under my wing, but also chase a career, which is really cool, because my stomach may not be back 100%, honey, but guess that's life. And my gear is adjusted to fit that. And you may be a man talking to me right now, but there are millions of women out there who question, what are they capable of? What can I do as a mom? Can I still be a mom for my kids and chase this career? And what about my body and this and that? And guess what? Yes, the hell we can. And we're doing it every day. And my daughter gets to watch that. And I hope and I pray that one day she'll look back when she thinks about what she wants to be when she grows up and what she wants to do, and if she can, and she looks back and sees that I did it, and yes, she can, and to keep her head up. And you could be beautiful and strong and badass and still chase your career while raising babies. And it's been hard, but I got to set the example for many people. God gave me this platform for a reason, and I plan to use it.
Yeah, no, like you said, so many people have reached out to you privately. I've seen a lot of positive public messages as well regarding your comeback and everything you've represented, sharing your story in the last 2 months on SmackDown and on Raw since coming back. With social media, it's such a weird thing because you hear a lot of negative voices, but it kind of drowns out the positive stuff sometimes. But especially the stuff that you hear in privately, reading privately, kind of definitely means more if you really focus on that stuff a lot more. So with that being said, in coming back, and you mentioned everything you want to represent and stand for, which is awesome. Do you have any doubts, I guess, when you first come back thinking, well, this is the story I'm sharing. What if they boo me? Or do you not really think about that sort of thing? And are you 100% confident? I come back and share this story, they'll probably receive, if they don't, react well to this, then I don't know what to do from that point. If that makes sense. That's a weird question, I guess.
No, it's a question I think that we all, you'd be stupid not to have a concern like that as a professional, But I think that this message that I have and this what I'm saying is so passionate and so strong that it's stronger than any voice that's sitting out there I could give two craps, because I'm telling you right now, for every 10 people that are saying, boo, you know, this sucks, like wrestle, whatever, there are about 150 daughters that were in my position, kids that were in my position, addicted parents that are in my parents' position. And it's helping. It's telling the world something so much stronger than anything that I could be in my life. So yeah, I mean, there was a thought that, like, what if they don't like it? But there's also the part of me that is passionate about it. So, and I said, and I'll say it again, some may love it, some may hate it, but it's for the ones that freaking need it. And right now they're, so boo me all day long. I'm not shutting up. The world is hurting, and we have to freaking beat the cycle. We got to keep fighting.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a great message to send. It seems like it's gone over very well since you've been back in WWE. And it's such a contrast. We're seeing the real Lacey Evans now on WWE TV. And even the role that you played previously before leaving and when you first came up to the main roster, you played it so well. And obviously that's an extent of you as well. My girlfriend became a fan immediately upon seeing you on TV without even having to wrestle a single match, just coming out of the stage and do that other sort of stuff. She was a big fan. So can you talk about the contrast in playing a role like that? Obviously you have a lot of fun in getting people to hate you, and now getting to be the real you and getting to inspire people. I feel like there's definitely a lot of pros to playing both of those roles.
Yeah. But once again, I think I got lucky here with my passion about my conviction behind it and the realism. It's just like, and I'm don't forget, I'm still a sassy Southern belle. You could boo me right out of that damn building. I'm still going to go home, feed my family, and come back and whoop butt, take names, and do whatever. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So rather it's boo-hooing on TV to show the world that, you know, everybody goes through hell, but we got to keep pushing, or telling you that you're nothing but a nasty, and Lacey Evans ain't going nowhere. It's hand in hand, and those hands are just grasped together this go round. Except I just took the hats off and the high heels and threw on dugout mild boots. But you know, I still am a feminine, sassy Southern belle. I'm still a mom, I'm still a wife, but I'm on a mission this go round, a mission to not only kick ass and take names, but help people. And so it just the passion motivates me, as well as the people. But
yeah, no, between that motivation and the passion, I mean, I feel as a fan, this is probably the most ready you've been to be champion. And you could have been champion 3 years ago when you went for the title for the first time at Money in the Bank, no less, against Becky Lynch. But I guess kind of an easy question. Do you feel you're at your most ready now to win that title? You mentioned going into this pay-per-view, you haven't held gold yet in WWE. This is the best that we've seen you so far in WWE. Does everything happen for a reason? I guess I'm trying to ask you, as far as why now is the time Lacey Evans should be champion coming out of Money in the Bank.
I should have been champion then. I'm ready to be champion now. I think I am more motivated than ever. I think that leaving for the reason that I left says a lot, because at the end of the day, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, but I'm also here to show the world that you could do both. And that's what the hell I did. The only thing I'm missing, I got the stretch marks and I got the belly. Now I need the title around my waist and to finish it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mama. I'm motivated. I'm a bad son of a gun, and I'm not going to stop until I get that title around my waist. Period. If it ain't at Money in the Bank, which I'm feeling it will be once I get my hands on that suitcase, the briefcase, it'll be coming up soon, because Lacey doesn't quit. Lacey Evans does not quit. Period.
Last question for you, Lacey. What's harder training for, Money in the Bank or the Marines, and how does it compare?
Oof. They're both hard. They both have pros, cons. The Marines, for Money in the Bank, since you just divvied it just to that one, challenge.
Yeah.
I definitely think the Marine Corps, just because of the mindset you have to have, you got to be ready for anything. But like Money in the Bank, you kind of can expect. You already know who your challengers are. You already know what the goal is. And the Marine Corps, it's like you can get a phone call at any minute. You have to be there, be ready, be square, ready to kick butt, take names. So I think the Marine Corps on that question. But Money in the Bank is a difficult one. You never know what's going to happen. And I just have to get in there and do what I always do, and that is fight with my heart.
We're going to see you in that women's Money in the Bank ladder match on Saturday, Lacey. WWE Money in the Bank in Vegas, live on Peacock, Saturday, July 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Best of luck. Enjoy your Independence Day weekend as well.
Thank you. You too.